Follow me into the dark.
Hey weirdos, Dad is better here yet again. So I thought I'd share kind of a fun little story. So I always hear about people buying haunted things on eBay. I've had lots of paranormal experiences, but the thought of actually buying a haunted doll on eBay or a haunted necklace or a ring that holds like a Dybbuk or something, or a Jinn, sorry, not a Dybbuk, a Jinn. It's just kind of crazy to me. So I decided to do an experiment. It was a fail. Let's not build this up for anything it's not. But a couple months ago, I bought this doll. Her name is Kate, or the spirit that inhabits her is named Kate. I rebraided her hair into some fishtail braids. And I had her sitting on the kitchen counter, which is like right over here. And I bought a YE camera, I think or YI camera. It's basically like a Wi-Fi camera, 1080p, pretty decent little like security camera in general. And I had it set up here. I had my notifications set up to record constantly, but notify me if there was movement, which most of the time the movement would be like light changes in the house or me coming into the kitchen, turning the light on, etc. But I thought it would be something kind of interesting to say, because most of the haunted doll videos on YouTube are legitimately haunted. And I'm not doubting every video or everyone's experience with a haunted doll. I personally believe that items can become haunted, especially dolls. That's why Amish dolls don't have faces. I do have an Amish doll too that I picked up recently just because I thought it was weird. But they kind of feel like if you give something a face and like an identity, that it could become possessed, or it's giving it too much like personal or traits of a person, so to speak. You don't want to give a doll too much of a persona, I guess. So I got this little one. Now, this was $20. I'm not going to list the name of the eBay seller because I don't want to harass her or give her negative reviews. You know, maybe this was haunted by something at her house, but it's not haunted here. And if anyone would be haunted by a spirit from a doll, it would definitely be myself. But it was a nice spirit. Maybe if I would have bought one that was like evil, maybe I would have gotten more lucky. But supposedly the spirit used to be like an opera singer, and you would hear like singing in your house, and you would have dreams of like an opera house, and she would like try to warn you if something bad was going to happen, or just come to you in your dreams to communicate, etc. Now, I haven't used a Ouija board with her just because, I don't know, I don't think it's necessarily a good idea, and since I haven't had any other activity, I don't really feel it's necessary. I tried to do an EVP session, I didn't get anything. I tried pendulums, didn't get anything. I don't have like the witching rods or dowsing rods or whatever you want to call them, so I didn't try that. But ultimately, nothing's happened. I just wanted to kind of debunk that, you know, just because someone says something's haunted doesn't mean it is. It could just be my energy. I know sometimes when you buy a haunted object or just something in general, even if it's not haunted, sometimes spirits take a little bit of time to like come out, especially if it's not a malevolent or evil spirit. So it's been about pushing 3 months, like 2.5 months since I've bought this doll. And I've literally had nothing outside of the normal activity I already have in the house. The only thing that my camera even caught that was weird, but it wasn't relevant to the doll, is it was either within the first week of me buying the doll, and it was on the weekend, and I had fallen asleep on the couch watching TV. And at 4 a.m., and the only reason I know it was 4 a.m. is because when I was looking through the footage of the camera, it was around 4 a.m. My dog started barking. And I like complain at first. I'm like, oh, shut up. Like, I'm so tired. What are you barking at? And I didn't hear it when I was like actually awake, because I got up and like looked around just to make sure like no one was knocking on my door or anything like that. Wasn't anything. But when I listen to the audio, you can hear the thing that's in the basement that sometimes walks up the stairs, walking up the stairs. It's kind of hard to differentiate, but I just know what my stairs sound like because I live here. So you can like hear someone walking up the stairs, and then at the landing at the top of the stairs, it just like stops. And after that, my dog like calms down and I just go back to sleep. But I instantly got up to check the doll. I like looked at the footage and I didn't really like see any notifications of movement on it, so I didn't really think to dig through it in my like my like drowsy state at that time. But then the next day I went ahead and reviewed it and found that. So that was kind of creepy. But yeah, that's really it. I knew this was going to be a short video. Actually though, one of my friends, one of her, I guess kind of our mutual friends, he has a daughter, and the neighbor thought it would be nice to give him a doll to give to his daughter. But unfortunately it's really fucking creepy. So she gave it to me. So this is my new one. It's not super old, I can tell by looking at it. Like, I would guess maybe from like the 70s, possibly. It's plastic, which is cool. I mainly collect Raggedy Ann dolls or Raggedy Andy dolls and the composition dolls, which are super creepy. I'll have to bring them out one day. I don't like to move them around a whole lot because they're super fragile. The main one I have, which I have lovingly named Victoria, she was the first creepy doll that I actually bought for myself, and one that wasn't given to me. I found her at an antique store, and from what I've researched and gathered, she's probably from the late 1800s to early 1900s. So that's pretty cool. I have another composition doll too that's probably more from like the 30s. But yeah, they're really cool. I love dolls, so I'm happy to have. I haven't named her yet. I don't know what I'm gonna name her. And then there's a doll over here that I always keep out. But if anything, not to like jump around, but if anything, like, it is a pretty doll. It's cute. I don't really go for porcelain dolls in general, except for the big one that I have. And then I have the creepy clown doll, which you can see right over there, like behind that bottle. So there's that, but the porcelain dolls just for some reason aren't really my niche, so to speak. But yeah, that was my experience with buying a haunted doll on eBay. Nothing happened. It was a fun experiment. Like, I was excited about it. I'm still excited that maybe something will happen. So maybe she's just like super shy and it'll take like 6 months instead of 3. Not that there's really like a standardized time. I just feel like after 3 months, she should be pretty comfortable. I'm very nice to all my dolls. Just in the event one of them is haunted by something, I always like when I go in the spare room, I'm always like, hey ladies and gentlemen, because I have a few Raggedy Andy dolls. I'm sure if someone was in my house and just overheard me talking to them, they'd be like, wow, this bitch is like off her rocker. But I don't hold conversations with them. I just try to be as polite as possible, and when I move them, I try to put them in a comfortable position. But yeah, that's my experience with a haunted doll. I wish it would have been like more kind of, not really crazy, but I wish I would have like heard singing or got it on camera or something like that. But unfortunately I didn't. So unlike all the other videos that are like, oh my god, it moved and it's like chasing me through my house to kill me, or I have saw some really compelling ones where the doll is legitimately moving and I don't feel it's in any way, shape, or form being like put on, so to speak. I think it is legitimately moving just by the movements. So some people have bought some haunted things and got really cool experiences from it. I unfortunately did not. So yeah, if anything happens, I'll let you guys know. As always, stay scared, guys.